Welcome back to the Backyard Horse Enthusiast. Today we're taking you on a special trip to Weare, New Hampshire, where we visit the stunning and thoughtfully designed Elegante Performance Horses, a facility that is redefining what it means to provide elite level care in a boutique environment. We're joined by Jacquelyne Toher, the visionary behind this holistic, horse-centered training and boarding facility. With a background rooted in passion and a deep respect for the horse-human connection, Jacquelyne has created something truly unique. From custom nutrition plans and hay analysis to a strong emphasis on mental and physical wellness, her approach is as elegant as the name implies. Let's meet Jacquelyne and learn how Elegante Performance Horses is setting a new standard in equine care. Hey everyone, it's Kimber from the Backyard Horse Enthusiast. I am so excited to welcome back Jacquelyne Toher of Elegante Performance Horses in Weare, New Hampshire. A couple of weeks ago, I had the absolute pleasure of visiting Jacquelyne in person at her amazing facility in Weare, New Hampshire. Just absolutely beautiful. And we sat down at your beautiful facility and we had a nice in-depth interview. But as sometimes happens in the world of filming, our audio didn't quite make the trip back home with me. Yeah, and I didn't know it until I got home. So today we're going to do something extra special. We are bringing back Jacquelyne, and this time we're going to do it via Zoom so you can hear her story straight from her without any technical hiccups. Jacquelyne, thank you so very much for taking the time to join me again. So
Thank you. You are so welcome, of course.
I love it. And without further ado, because you are a very busy woman, tell us about the inspiration behind Elegante Performance Horses and what led you to build such a comprehensive and specialized facility there in Weare, New Hampshire. We're not here anymore. You are.
Um, so what led me to building the way that we have it done is working for many trainers. I work for many trainers, and I really pieced together what I loved about their facilities and what really worked. And I think having the advantage of working for so many trainers was great because you get to just experience different ways people have done things. Um, and I worked at Casa Lusitano, which is where the Elegante name came from, because I started working with Portuguese horses and fell in love with the Lusitano and Spanish breeds. And that's why I named my business Elegante, which is elegant in Portuguese. And what led me to have my horse, who is a Lusitano, who I bought when she was a day old. But I think working in all the facilities and seeing how some people managed just keeping a really drama-free, like great environment for their clients, I was like, that's what I want to have. I want to have a barn where everybody is happy and comfortable and can just love riding and enjoy their horses with no pressure. Not feeling like, oh my gosh, am I not good enough, and comparing themselves to other riders. We really strive to make an environment where everybody's comfortable and just enjoying their horse, which I think is super important. And then I also formulated pretty much that everything's included in board. Like I have different sprays that we like to use on the horses, conditioners and tack cleaner and shampoo, and we supply that for everybody so that it's just there and available for everybody, and nobody has to go saying, oh, my shampoo went missing, or I can't find my tack cleaner, because it's all just a community. And I think that's the greatest thing, is it's community, right? And we all share things, and we all really, really work well together as clients and trainers and riders.
Was absolutely apparent when Lynn and I visited your facility a couple of weeks ago. There is such the moment you drive onto the property, there is such a peaceful energy about the entire facility. There's not hurriedness. I love that you do that with the community because that can start things and people harbor it and they don't talk about it. They start getting a little resentment, like, oh, was it you that took my tack cleaner? Or you know what I mean? Like, I love that you had the foresight to make sure that that was never going to be an issue at your facility. For sure. And the other thing that you offer is a truly holistic approach, from you doing your hay analysis on your Canadian hay to nutritional evaluations. How do you think that this level of care impacts the long-term health and performance of the horses that are in your program?
I think it has a huge effect on them. We do the hay analysis to make sure that we have, there's like tree workers in the back now. Everything's so noisy. Like, of course. But
Real
we
life.
do the hay analysis to see what calories and what the horses are getting out of their hay. And then I apply that to everybody's feed program. So I go through in each individual horse and make a feed program from the with our grain based on the hay analysis to make sure that they're getting everything that they need. I'm also a huge hay person. They have 24/7 hay, slow feeders, and we don't feed a lot of grain in high increments because I don't feel that is healthy. I think that is a leading cause for probably ulcers these days. And then the horses having 24/7 turnout and long periods of turnout is just super, super healthy for them, which I think is also great for their digestive system. I'm going to remove because of the tree workers. I can take it away from noise.
I love that. And it was, we were able to tour your facility. Lynn and I were there for 3 days. So we really got to um oh, we lost you. There you are. So with Lynn and I being up there for the 3 days, we got to see how well oiled that machine is, which is your facility. The horses were all just so relaxed and so happy. You do have a ton of turnout. It's just a beautiful, peaceful facility. Yeah, right down to your detail with the three cottages that you have on site as well. Like, everything is so well appointed. Your grain room was amazing. You are, as we discussed, I'm going to guess a high J in typology because there are no details left undone. Like, you've got everything so perfectly labeled and laminated, and it's like I
You're
think if you look,
labeling for sure.
it's it's beautiful. I loved it, absolutely loved it, and I can attest that you put your money where your mouth is. Like, you absolutely going in that grain room as seeing how everything is done there, seeing how happy everyone and every animal is on that property is testament to the great care and thoughtfulness that you put into your facility. Like, it was so refreshing and wonderful. I didn't want to leave. I really didn't. I got sad, like, oh, I don't want to go. We should stay a whole week. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. Your training covers everything from starting young horses to mare and foal care. We did get to meet some mares and foals. Can you walk us through what a typical training progression looks like at your facility, like especially for a horse that's just beginning their journey? What does that look like?
So a horse is just beginning their journey. We start their weaning process. So we do the weaning process, halter breaking of the baby. And then when they get to be about a yearling, we start cross tie training, farrier training. We teach them to pick up their feet and go on the farrier stool and stand. Um, we teach them to have a bath and just do desensitizing work like with the flag, the tarp, already starting things that will make them successful when they need to be put under saddle. And then when they get to be about 2, we start like with the saddle pads and the stir singles and just steering from the ground. And so that way we have years of work that is put into the process of putting them under saddle so that they are successful. And that is that's their foundation to their whole life. So that's the most important part of their training, really. If it's done correctly, they're going to be a much more confident, happy horse. Where horses that are not done correctly, we see have confidence issues and confusion, which starts behavioral problems.
Oh, those are the holes. You see those holes. Like these were the things that were, yeah, yeah. One of the things that stood out to me is your commitment to all day turnout, 24/7 monitoring. Saw the big cameras everywhere. How important is turnout and routine observation in maintaining soundness and mental well-being in your horses?
So I think that's a huge piece to their mental well-being. Horses like structure, so they're fed every day at the same time in the morning, and their lunch is fed same time, dinner. So they know what to expect. And I'm huge on the all-day turnout because it's how they naturally survive out in the wild. It's what they are built to do, and we also for their digestive systems, like their digestive systems are built to be grazing and moving around. So I think it is super important. And I think I've had a lot of horses come in that were anxious and problematic and spooky. And soon as they get 24/7 turnout, they're a completely different horse because they're out moving around, they're happier mentally and physically, just doing more work walking around. So I think it's a huge benefit that we're able to provide long turnouts, and I really think it's super important for the overall being of the horse.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm sure because there are some show facilities that, oh goodness, we got to keep them in their box stall at all times. Can't risk an injury or a boo-boo or whatever. Do you ever encounter that when a new client comes and it's like, what? My horse is going to go what? Where? Outside?
So I have to say I don't run into it too often. But every horse is different. There are very few, but there are some horses that can't tolerate overnight turnout or all day
Mhm.
turnout. And we monitor them. We put them out in a smaller paddock. They're the ones that just don't fit into the system of being 24/7. So there are horses that don't do that. Most owners are pretty happy with the 24/7 turnout and see the difference. And I have a very structured way about introducing horses into the herd. So we don't, knock on wood, have many injuries around here.
Nice, nice. And so, for someone who's sending a horse to your facility for training or care, what can they expect in terms of communication from you and involvement during their horse's time at your facility?
So I feel I do a pretty good job communicating, keeping everybody in the loop. We actually have a client group message on Facebook. So all the clients can kind of communicate with me. So I post the schedule weekly there so they can see when their horse is being trained, when the lessons are. That is where I put all the information about the chiropractor, the massage, when the farrier is doing their horse's feet. We keep an open line of communication so they're in the loop of what's happening, like vaccines, and so on and so on. And then I have many horses that are, not local. So I will send little update videos and, obviously check in, and keep in communication as to how their horse is progressing and showing videos to kind of prove how their horse is progressing. And this is what I've been doing with them and what's worked and what hasn't.
Nice. You've mentioned that you specialize in groundwork, dressage, weaning, showing. how do you individualize your training for horses with such various needs and backgrounds?
Yeah, so there is, there's no cookie cutter way of training. And I mean, the horse, when it comes to me, I will evaluate them through groundwork, and then kind of figure out a plan of what they need. So every horse has a more individual training program. Not all horses need the same thing, and not all horses need to be trained the same way. So because we're so diverse of knowing many different areas, it's easy to kind of formulate a training system that works for everybody.
Nice, nice. Lynn and I really enjoyed seeing some of the behind the scenes spaces. Can you share with our audience, share with us about your spaces there, your indoor, your outdoor areas? You have a hack field, trails, and you have other features like that are creating a well-rounded environment for the horses and the clients that are with you.
Yeah, definitely. We have the indoor arena, the outdoor, we have a hack field, the round pen. So there's many areas for the horses to be worked in different places every day. The round pen is huge for me. Just starting horses and doing the groundwork, the round pen is like a necessity for me and what I do. And just being able to not have the horse work in the ring every day. I usually formulate into my training plan that one of the days is like a hack day or ground work or trailer training. So it's like a little bit of a mental break from just working in the ring, which I think is important for sure.
And do you find that some horses will definitely tell you, like, today's not the day we're going to work on that, and then you pivot to something else?
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure. There might be some days I'm looking like, okay, well, so I had a plan in my head and that's not going to be the plan for the day. The horses decided that that's not a great idea for the day. And we
I
absolutely move on to something else.
I love that. I love that you are not cookie cutter. Like, this is how we do it. And I'm going to drill you till you get it. And that you are actually connecting and listening to that beautiful being that's saying, no, not today. I don't have my head or whatever in this. And you say, okay, let's go out for a hack, or let's go do something fun, like, learn how to load on a trailer or whatever. Maybe it's not fun for all horses, as we know, right? You offer Canadian hay that you analyze like every few months. You have a laundry service, viewing room, lounge area. You've clearly thought about both equine and human comfort, which is quite obvious when visiting this facility. Loved it. How important is creating a professional yet inviting environment for owners and visitors alike?
So again, I think that's very important because I want the barn to be like everybody's home, right? They feel comfortable. I mean, everybody puts a lot of trust and faith in me, which, and they know once they get to know me, they're like, some people don't even message me for months. And I'm like, hey, do you, do you want to know about your horse? But I think just being able to come here and having the amenities, is just helpful. It's a peaceful place for them to be and come and have, a viewing room with a fridge if they want to hang out in the viewing room or, just go graze their horse or just hang out, that is a place that they could do so.
Yeah, it's beautiful, it's comfortable for sure. And sometimes there's even, and I know this firsthand, cupcakes and snacks in the viewing room. Just saying. It was a nice touch.
And snacks.
You
And
had a clinician out there. Go ahead.
carrots.
Say that again.
And then there's a fridge full of carrots too.
Oh, yes. I eat those too. Oh, you mean for the horses. Now, we saw that you're opening two training spots in September. You've got two open. What kind of horse or owner is the best fit for your program? And what advice would you give someone who's considering applying for one of those spots that are opening in September?
So I think it would be pretty open to anybody that's looking to either advance in their riding or needs to send a horse for training for the winter, starting a young horse. Really, any client would be appropriate who is, that would fit in with the rest of the clients who are passionate and just kind-hearted and just love their horses and what they do.
Perfect. And you offer all kinds of such a variety of different clinics at your facility, which really like surprised me. I'm thinking, oh, dressage, hunter, jumping. And I was like, what? What else do you do? So share with us what other types of clinics you hold.
So I like to provide clinics for clients and outside people because I think it's just another way of opening the doors for people to learn. And I really love to see everybody progress and learn. And if they can learn something from one of the clinicians that comes in to further their education, I think that's wonderful. Sometimes it just takes somebody saying something in a different way, and they're like, oh, now that makes sense. We also have clinicians come in that are natural horsemanship clinicians. We've actually had cow sorting clinics, mounted shooting clinics. So it's a big variety of, hey, let's have these horses try something else. And the more versatile they are, the happier they are, and the more confident going to a show. Because if you run into a cow at a show, well, now they have been trained that the cow is not that scary. It's not that bad.
Mhm.
So I think it's important just to do fun stuff and try different new things and be open to it.
I love it. Absolutely love that. Looking ahead, what are your dreams or goals for Elegante Performance Horses? Are you going to have any new offerings, or do you have some long-term plans that you're really excited to share?
So I think we'll probably continue to be a full training facility. And we do have some plans of breeding more in the future. I'm really in love with the Lusitano breed and the Aztecas. We recently have gotten into Aztecas, which is a foundation quarter horse bred with a Lusitano. And I think they have amazing brains, and I think they're going to be like the next up and coming amateur horse. So I have plans to be breeding both in the future. So you can watch out for the Elegante babies.
Yes, I am intrigued. Oh my goodness. Oh, Jacquelyne, here we are. We are at the end of our interview. I just want to thank you so much for joining me today and for sharing the incredible work that you're doing at Elegante Performance Horses. Your dedication to the health, happiness, and training of each horse is truly, truly inspiring. And I know that our viewers will take away so much from what you've shared with us today. And for those of you that are watching, if you'd like to learn more about Jacquelyne's programs, facility, or any of her upcoming clinics or training openings, I'll have all of her contact information in the description box below and in the pinned comment, as well as if you click on the QR code that you've been seeing floating across the screen, that will take you right to her contact information and you can reach out to her directly. Thank you for spending this time with us here on the Backyard Horse Enthusiast. And until next time, take care, ride safe, and we'll see you in the next episode. Thank you, my friend, and we'll see you so soon.
Thank you.
Always a pleasure, Jacquelyne. Always a pleasure. You are one of a kind, and we're so grateful in the horse community to have you as a big leading part of it. Thank
Well, thank
you.
you. That means a lot. And it was so nice having you out to the farm. It was wonderful. So,
Oh gosh, thank you. And we'll visit again
yes,
for sure.
definitely
If
do.
you'll have us. Yes. So maybe one of your upcoming clinics, maybe the shooting one or whatever,
Yeah,
like house
definitely.
sorting. Make it fun. We could do a collaboration with the clinician kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
That's something to think about. I'm just
Okay.
going to hit pause.